Welcome to Big Red Leads. I'm Big Red, getting you and your business back to the black. As I'm finishing up my day today, thought I would record this. Um, Understand that with life, most people understand this. It ebbs and flows. You're going to have your ups. You're going to have your downs. Now, if you're lucky and consistent in your activities, hopefully you can get that uptick to be a little bit more consistent throughout your life. So you're going to have your dips, whether that be relationship wise, the foundations that you build, whether it be monetarily, the money that you make, the investments that you make, not just in rental property and people, but about yourself, like personal development and growth and things of that nature. Now, with all that being said, when do you take time for yourself? Just a moment. It doesn't have to be huge. Just a moment for yourself, just to relax, engage in an activity that you enjoy, so that you can actually move forward and do what you need to do. Unfiltered, and being justified in that, knowing that you're good. Whether you're pushing your job, whether you're pushing some activities, what does that look like for you? Hmm? Just ask yourself that question. What does that look like being unfiltered, unapologetic? What does that look like? If you, right now at this moment, if you had everything that you truly desired, what would that look like? And don't say $1 million, because when people say $1 million, like, understand $1 million is not what $1 million once was. I'll say that. If you don't know your number when it comes to your finances as far as business and things of that nature, we need to have a real discussion. Hit me at bigredleads@gmail. But nevertheless, what if you had everything that you desired? What does that look like? What does your family dynamic look like? What does your living situation look like? What does your transportation situation look like? What about vacation? How about the dynamic of your family? Like, if money's not an issue and you're capable of building a family, some people don't want a family. What does your family dynamic look like? How many children would you have? Would they go to public school? What about private school? I want you to break all these things down, because this is your life, and if you're not designing it, something is terribly, terribly, horribly wrong. Just take that moment and just think about and break down these scenarios, okay? Because here's the thing. Here's the reality of the situation. If you write this down, believe it or not, you can start checking off some of these boxes when you start moving towards these things that you desire. Because each one of them is a step-by-step process. No matter how you slice it, how much praying you do, how much wishing you claim, like buying Powerball and lottery tickets. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I pray every day. I meditate every day. But understand where I'm going with this. If you don't have your goals down, how is any blessing coming your way if you haven't spoken on it and you don't know what it is that you want? Because most adults don't know what the hell they want. They claim they do. They claim they do. Have no clue. have no clue. If you ask them how much money would you like to make in the entirety of your life, $1 million. Because they're lazy in their own dreams. That's what it really comes down to. You're lazy in your own ability to be consistent with your own thoughts. And when somebody asks you a question that is very simple, but it has nuances in it. It has things inside of it that you've never really thought about. Why is that? So what has your dream been about? What have you been doing with your existence up to this point in your life when you're watching this video? What have you been doing? That's crazy to me. And some of the things I just did were some basic sales techniques. Because no matter what a person is dealing with, when they have to deal with the reality of their situation and they want something, and you have a product that will help them, you have to meet them where they are, hold their hand, and walk them to where you want them to be, especially if the product provides something that they need. Believe that or not. However, we're not talking about a sales thing right now. What we're talking about is you don't know what your dream is. If you say, somebody asks you what your dream is, what does that look like? And you give 1 or 2 word answers. There's a term back in the day that I would use, but I mean, they'd probably ban me on all social media. Yeah. I'm just saying. Like, don't ever tell anybody about anything that you're trying to do or anything that you're wanting to do. Most people shouldn't even speak about their dreams anyway, because there are people out here who are dream snatchers. Will steal your soul even. So, understand, I love you. I want the best for you. But you have to want the best for you. So if somebody asks you what you want to do next weekend, what's your answer? We're breaking down planning again. You don't know what you're doing next week? How are you going to be a billionaire? I want to be a billionaire. Okay. Do you know what you're doing next week? How about 2 days from now? Other than the basic things like go to your job, do what your boss tells you to do. You see where I'm going with this? Most of the things in your own life can be dictated by somebody who doesn't know you. Why? Because you fall into that certain percentile that has given up. Has given up. Is that what you want with your life? Why are you playing with these people out here? If you want better, you have to become better. You want more, you got to become more. So bitching and complaining about your life is not the route to go, nor should anybody else have to hear it. There are people out here in industries who are here to serve and help you get there. Hit me at bigredleads@gmail.com. Me or one of my team will get with you. There are tons of coaches out here, like really, really good coaches who can help you. Whether it just be a life coach, a business coach, a financial coach. Hell, I mean, there's so many dynamics and things out here that can actually help you. So when people say that they can't find help and they need help, I just kind of look at them. I'm like, what are you talking about? Take their phone and I punch in exactly what I think. Everything is at its fingertips. Like it's right there. What are you doing? Hurts my soul. Anyways, I want you to really think about where you are in your life and what is needed. What consistency do you need to better yourself? What does your dream look like? If you don't know what that answer is, I suggest you sit down and write it out. If you know what you want to do and you know what you want out of your own existence, I think it's best that you would know that. No one else needs to know. But if you don't know, then what are we talking about? You should have stopped this video a while ago. Get it together. And I know there's going to be some people who are upset. I don't give a shit. What you upset about? Because I'm talking about you being passionate about your own well-being in life? If you're not passionate about your life, then what are you here for? Some people need systems. Some people need coaches. Some people need people in place to help them get to where they need to be. But the one thing out of all those things that might be needed when it comes to entrepreneurship, personal development, growth, the one thing that is consistent that I didn't mention is you. You need you to make all this other stuff happen. You need you. And if you haven't understood that you haven't reached the pinnacle or even stepped foot in the arena of your dreams and goals, if you haven't even stepped in that place, you owe you an apology. You owe you an explanation why you weren't pursuing your dream. That's the scary part. That's what somebody's going to be offended about. I love you all. Have a great one. Like, share, definitely subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Think about your dream. What does it consist of? I want you to break it down so that if somebody asks you, you can break that conversation down in 15 seconds of what it really looks like. And then if they really want to get detailed, you could talk about it for 2-3 hours. That's how dynamic and nuanced it needs to be. Because why? Because your life has nuance. Your life should be dynamic. I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to start cussing again. Love you all. Have a great day. This is Big Red Leads. Know your dream. Peace. Have a great one. Love you, my friends. Like, share, definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so you can get more of this information. Have a great one.